The AI caption thing on. Okay. And the AI is.
Yeah.
It is 7 o'clock.
Alrighty.
Okay, 7 o'clock, I call the meeting to order and do the pledge.
All glory's over here.
Oh. Pledge allegiance to the flag. Which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Minutes for January 26th.
So moved.
Seconded.
Do we want to do roll call where Carl's on Zoom? Probably easier.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay.
Could just look for raised hand. You can't see that, I understand.
It just makes it cleaner.
Yeah, I approve.
Aye.
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 Did he do
Yeah,
it?
he said aye.
Aye.
Okay. We have, if everybody has seen the code of ethics, we had that sent back from the attorney, town attorney. And Kyle has, incorporated all the, comments from the attorney. Kyle, do you want to say anything or?
Just that it's also posted on the website under documents and town policies. It's all the way at the bottom so that anybody can take a look at it. There is a training requirement in there that is still a bit of an open point, but we have 90 days to get that in place.
Kyle, I was going to check with Lynn Martin, who has done a training for other things, to see if she might be able to do that.
Okay. I did find that there's a number of organizations that provide that kind of training. Unfortunately, MMA does not have something ready-made, but the other sources that I found are very low cost, or about $25 per person.
Would it make sense to just make a presentation internally of our ethics policy and just to give new employees a presentation on that? So that way there wouldn't be a cost associated with it. We make our own training module. I mean, a lot of companies are doing it that way, where you create a PowerPoint that gets through the policy and presents it in a fairly boilerplate way. And that would satisfy the training requirement under the policy.
Yeah, I think we probably need to have somebody some kind of a test at the end, but
Yeah,
think
I
that
mean,
works.
you could just design it in with, a scenario through it where you ask a question and the person giving the training just notes if they got it right or wrong, and you could build that right into PowerPoint.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea.
I guess I'm working on that project. What's the
could do
deal? You want to do it?
Just, yeah.
Okay.
This would be something that new employees should sign.
It would be all employees will sign.
Employees and volunteers.
Right.
It's all encompassing in policy.
Okay.
So, and again, I think that PowerPoint would satisfy it too, because that way there, if you're struggling to connect with somebody that says only works on the weekends at the transfer station, or, the volunteers at the fire department, here's the policy, just familiarize yourself with that.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'd be glad to put together the PowerPoint. Could the chair of the board present it?
You can do that, or a department head, can bring it back to their departments.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
I move to adopt the presented ethics policy as read.
Second, vote.
Aye.
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 Okay, we have a request to change. We have a bank account with TD Bank for 183,000. We have a request to move that over to Androscoggin. Do you want to talk about that, Carl?
Yeah, Dorcas identified this TD Bank account, and it's just an outlier in the sense that it is the only one that's not at Androscoggin, as I understand it. And she's recommending that we move that money from TD Bank to Androscoggin. It'll earn a slightly higher interest rate as well. So I strongly recommend that we do that.
We need a motion to do this, or?
Next up, we have the layout room.
Oop, did we lose him?
Nope, I think that would be a good thing to do, but
I will move to move the TD bank account over to Androscoggin Bank.
Second.
Aye.
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 I
They say all. What do I say?
Okay, discussion on. Jason isn't here. Discussion on regarding alarm and fire protection services.
I would just
next
move.
up.
Oop, did I
Yeah,
miss
we
one?
just- Yep. Comprehensive plan update, Tyler, I think would be the best to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
The comprehensive planning survey for the committee was sent out a month ago, pushing a month. Yeah. It's gone out to everyone that has a mailing address in town. We're working on getting it mailed out to non-residents who own property in town. That process is underway. If you're looking for a physical copy, those are available at Flying Pond Variety, at the library, at the town office. And then we're just asking to get returned to the town office, either via mail or dropped off. And other than that, the link is on the website, the link is out on our social media. And then on the flyer that you got, there's a QR code that you can scan with your phone and fill out the survey on your phone. Takes about 15 minutes on the high end.
What do you have so far? Do you know?
I haven't checked it in a week, but last I checked, it was like 70 respondents. So, but very in line with where it was in 2019. I think once we get that second flyer out to non-resident property owners, I think we'll see that tick up.
Karen Mayor's on Pond Road on the Comprehensive Planning Committee as well. Do you have any idea where we're at on the out of town people?
I don't.
Okay,
I
all
don't.
right. We'll catch up later.
Yeah, I think Anna's working on it.
I sent the list.
So
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I think
did.
it's-
very long. That's why I was.
Yeah.
I think there just needs to be some parsing, but
Okay.
Anna's the chair of that committee, so I'll defer to her.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to go into the public hearing for the land use ordinance fee changes.
Second.
Aye.
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 Wait your
Wait.
turn, Carl.
Where is that on the agenda?
At the top.
It's right at the
First.
top.
Top. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we,
We
okay,
should have probably.
Maybe you should have started.
okay.
Supposed to be at 7:05. The changes for the permit fees are to get them more in line with paying for the CEO cost. So if you get a building permit, it should be paying for the fees, the hours that the CEO spends on that time that he's doing the work on it. Yep.
Karen on Pond Road again. I don't know. I sent an email this afternoon. I don't know if you guys saw it on the online map that
The tax.
Oh, okay.
the
Yep.
tax map.
Yep.
Just plug in your own addresses and make sure those are correct because ours is not showing up correct. The lines are wrong. So my concern was, you already voted on it, but my concern on the land use was like, I know the purpose of doing the map last year was like, one of them was for steep slope. If the property lines are in the wrong place and you're holding people accountable to the fees, the map should be correct. That was just my thought. I don't know if you guys got that email today.
No, but
We did, thanks.
as luck would have it, I tried to get on myself today and it didn't work. It didn't, there's no Shay on the North Road, apparently.
Yeah, the previous owner of our house is shown as the owner and our house is our neighbor's house is our neighbor's.
I know if you look at it on a satellite view, it's definitely off.
I just went on the link that you guys provided, so.
Yeah.
I looked at mine and it looked okay for me anyway.
I think the actual
Mine
lot
too.
maps are based on our existing lot maps.
Those are right. This is wrong. So it's shifted and I don't know how. But like our neighbor's house is in our lot line and it's just,
Oh,
it's not.
I think the housing pieces is because they're using a map.
I
So
spend
this-
a lot of time on maps and it's not right.
Right, but what it is it's using somebody's digital map that artificially places houses, but the actual lines shouldn't be correlating to those
It
houses.
should. I'll look
They
at,
should.
I'll
They
look at
should.
yours.
They don't. And it maybe, I think we're R9 or 9.
what's that, Ira?
We're either R9 or U9, I forget, but I mean, it could just be our little piece that's wrong, but again, when we're not doing anything with steep slope.
I'll look at it. I haven't been able to fool around with it too much. But it's supposed to be merging all our lot numbers, so it should be correct, but I will look at that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, recognizing that the tax maps, for example, are not accurate in the sense of overlaying the actual owned property exactly.
Can you clarify what that means, Carl?
Well, for example, the tax maps that represent my house have never been accurate. They don't represent the actual geometry that I own versus what the tax map says in terms of the property. Now, it's still the pieces the parcels that I own are depicted and I'm being charged for them, but they don't exactly overlay the actual map or the actual uh, perimeter of my property. That is something that's going to have to come down the line, uh, because it will require a fairly substantial effort to get the tax maps aligned with actual property lines.
When did you purchase your lot?
3 years ago.
Okay, so it should be correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll look at it. Yeah, because on mine, it showed my name. It showed everything. It was quick. But Kyle is right. Little details aren't going to be correct because we don't look at deeds in order to make the lots according to the deeds. We don't do that. What's that?
It was correct.
Really?
Since it's last updated, has it been? Since,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I'll check them against our tax maps and see.
yep, we'll dig deeper. But that's part of the reason why we encourage people to take a look and give us feedback.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Any other comments? I move that we close the public hearing.
Second.
Vote.
Aye.
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 Okay. Now we can talk about alarms and fire protection service.
Good evening. I'm Fire Chief for the Town of Mount Vernon. I wanted to suggest to the select board that we maybe go out to an RFQ or an RFP for proposals or quotes on combination companies that do fire suppression, like sprinkler systems, as well as the alarm systems and the extinguishers. There might be a benefit to us exploring a company that does a cost savings measure to us, doing a townwide contract with the buildings and whatnot. I know that we kind of do sort of on the extinguishers at this point. I did some research before the meeting tonight, and extinguishers, they bill sporadically. So I'm only seeing maybe over the course of the last couple of years, a couple $100, $300 maybe worth of bills coming out of them. But like right now, the fire station pays $850, between $850 and $900 a year for alarm through used to be Seacoast. It's now Pie Barker. And then the sprinkler system used to be AAA. It's now Encore. There are companies out there that do all three things, and I'm just wondering if there's a cost savings for us to explore. That's all. I've had a little bit of difficulty with the extinguisher company. I've had an extinguisher out with them for 2 to 3 months, if not longer, trying to get one back that was used on a fire call. I shouldn't have to fight. I won't say fight, but chase them constantly to bring back an extinguisher. So I'm looking for a company that I don't have to spend a lot of time chasing as well. But that's typical. A lot.
Our town extinguishers are all out right now.
They're due to February is the month, or at least at the fire station. I'm not sure what they are here, but
This January.
January. So, and again, we shouldn't have to chase them down. They know when they come due. So that would be beneficial to us to find a company maybe has a little more interest.
I did a list of all, like the library has 5 of them. Transfer station 3. So do you want, at least that gives you the number of extinguishers that are out there for each building.
Yeah, fire stations run out this month. And I did call them, and He said, yeah, I've got an extinguisher I was supposed to bring back. I just haven't got to you. And I said, well, that's not really acceptable. I said, I'm out of compliance because I don't have an extinguisher on the truck. So I've explained to him that. And then there was also a fire extinguisher that ran out of hydro date. They came in on February, ran out in May. Again, most companies keep track of that. And granted, we'll do better about watching for it at the fire station, but most of the time, the companies that I've dealt with have a pretty good log of what's due, when it's due, and try to track you down, make the upsale, I guess.
So how do they get into all these buildings?
That I don't know how they've been doing it for you. I mean, I haven't been handling anything but the fire station. I don't know if they're contacting the town office and Heather's getting in touch with people, or I have the luxury that, you know, I can give the contractor a door code, but yeah, so I mean, that's something we could work on as well. But
So how often, just give me 60 seconds as a primer on how often, is it yearly they're all replaced? I mean, I just don't know. Just tell me this,
so
what happens?
they should be, of course, they're inspected monthly by us.
Yeah.
And then there's a quarterly inspection for suppression hoods if we had any of those. We don't have a suppression hood here, correct? So you'd have at least annual inspections, like on the sprinkler system, that's quarterly.
Okay.
And is there any other building in town, library have a sprinkler at all? No. So just the fire station deals with the sprinkler company. And then as far as the alarm system, well, that's tested annually, and they will come through and they'll actually test the smoke detectors and the systems. So at the fire station, it actually, if the boiler fails, it'll actually call out and say that the boiler has actually gone off on flame failure, which has been helpful with the propane running out on a regular basis.
So now we work with 3 different companies,
Correct.
the fire extinguishers, the alarms, and the
And the
water sprinkler and the line.
Sprinklers, yeah.
And you're suggesting that we look for one company to do it all?
I'm thinking that it may be beneficial to us, one, especially if we combine I know the town office has a security system.
Yep.
The fire station does at least. I'm not sure if the library does. They have a fire alarm system over there though, so that would be,
They do.
I believe they must. I'll have to do a walkthrough, I guess, but I'm pretty sure I saw a fire panel over there. So that should be tested annually. And so I'm thinking that in those particular situations, the town office, even here, should have, although I'm not seeing anything, alarm system at some point. But again, those are areas that we can improve upon and get better pricing, I believe, especially if they're bundling packages for us. It's worth an explore is all I'm saying.
I mean, would it be hard to create an RFQ for this?
No.
See what we get?
Yeah, I mean, particularly, I know Tyler said that he had some interest in trying to help with it as well.
Yeah.
So I think I can throw it back to you folks with the general gist, and then you can tweak it however you'd like, and then send it out. Usually, I try to do 3 vendors minimum. I know of 3 particular vendors, but we can explore and try and find more. Currently, Encore is one of them. It used to be Simplex Grinnell, but it's now Johnson Controls. So I can list off 2 or 3 different companies comfortably that we could at least send specific, requests for quotes.
Sounds good to me.
And initially,
I like it.
yeah, and I'm not sure we want to go into it cautiously with the idea too that, like, if you start changing the alarm companies, they may want to change some of the components. So we want to go into that with a little bit of caution. But if they give us that pricing up front, then we'll know what we're up against and whether there's any savings.
I can bring that back for next meeting and have that Or we'll just ask for it back before budget, knowing that we won't sign anything till July.
Yeah, I need, a lot of times when I'm working with different vendors through my work, I usually specifically state that the quote must be valid from July 1 to August
Yeah.
1, and they'll usually guarantee that. Anyways, just a suggestion to try and maybe streamline some things.
I mean, I think it just makes sense on a logistical thing where you have one contact for all your alarm, fire suppression, and extinguishers.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes a lot of management sense.
That's, I guess, where I'm at with it is, we're constantly chasing different vendors for different things, and if we can streamline it, I know it'd probably be better for the treasurer in particular, if they had one vendor to work with too. So.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. That's all I had to say.
We got two more keys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Should be the library and the elevator.
This is.
Roads. So that should be it, right?
Yeah.
This is where.
Yeah, all your knock boxes.
Worth a try.
I have a keys.
That's cheaper than we thought.
They're out of people.
Thought they were gonna be
So
more.
they're not that far.
How many boxes? 3.
Okay, what do we got now?
Blake Hilbert.
Okay, Blake Hill. I was talking with the guys on Saturday at the bridge. They are hoping to pour a what'd you call it?
Footing.
Footing. Yeah,
Footing.
they were supposed to be doing that early this week. They've got the rebar all set. They built that this week at their shop. They were going to bring that up. They have the forms. I saw the forms down there this week, today. They should be forming up the first pier, the one that's on the south side. And they were hoping to make a pour this week.
Yeah, that is, I'm calling it the east side just because that's the side where it's east of the stream, and that's the first one that they're working on. The one on the west side is waiting for the telephone pole to be moved out. Not the new pole's been located. CMP is supposed to be moving their cables on that one, but it's I know that on Friday they were digging on the east side to be able to put in that pier and support for the base of the bridge steel. While we're on that, I'm going to go to also say that we did receive another invoice for the work that's being done, and that was we submitted a request for reimbursement to the tune of $49,590 from the state, and that was submitted last Friday.
And the state's been pretty prompt in sending the money in too.
Yeah, it's been about 4 to 5 weeks.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw it, Bob, but the scheduling for the project management was released by Maine DOT, and you and I have to take that in May.
Pretty good. We should beat that.
I hope we're done with the bridge by then, but apparently it's a requirement that we take it.
Do we have a budget update?
Committee work has started. Met last week to kind of iron out a few things before we start the real work tomorrow night with fire rescue and other miscellaneous health and safety budget line items. The recording for the last meeting's already on YouTube. And the Zoom link and the agenda is posted for next meeting. And I'll just kind of continue that process. We'll have our meeting. And I'll post the video that night onto the YouTube page, and then I'll blast it out on social media.
Good. School budget update. Anything? If
we only knew a board member.
they're going with a 18% increase, that's looking at a $600,000. That's 650,000. That is about 3/4 of the roads budget, 3/4 of the fire
No,
budget.
it's
No,
double the fire
almost the whole fire budget.
double the fire.
No, about
No,
equal.
790,000.
790,000
No, that's with transfer station.
with the transfer station.
So transfer station, fire, rescue, ACL, ambulance, and dispatch are all in that line.
Yep. So it'll put a real big crimp in our. So what I'm suggesting is somebody like myself, go over and talk with the financial person. And who would that be?
Mandy Fitzgerald.
Andy?
Tyler, sorry,
Kyle?
Tyler, I thought that you were trying to get Leslie to come in and talk a bit about the budget.
I have her scheduled for April.
Okay.
I haven't made contact with her for sooner. But
I think we should go
Well-
soon.
I'll try to get her. I'll reach it back out to Leslie and try and get Leslie in sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and my understanding is this is a first pass kind of status of where they are. And if it's anything like years past, they are trying to find ways to get that back in line. But I think we need to talk with somebody like Mandy, you're right?
I got Noah here.
Well, I can explain it a little bit. So basically, last Wednesday was brought to us, the ED 279 was released, which is state funding. So because Mount Vernon is so far behind on our evaluations, Mount Vernon is seeing the hardest hit with this. So the state is still giving us the same amount of money relative, but Mount Vernon is going up at least 650,000 as of right now because our evaluations are so bad.
Yep.
So, I mean, the budget committee right now is working extremely hard to make cuts where we can and bring the budget down to a reasonable number. But there's not much really we can do. So 4.1% of the 5.47 that it was supposed to be is salary negotiations. So there's not much wiggle room.
Not quite clear. So the state lost 1.5 million, I'm sorry, the school district lost 1.5 million in state aid. Where?
So when you read the ED 279, the required amount that you have to raise went up for the towns by.
For the town of Mount Vernon, it went up 22%.
But for the towns overall is 18%.
Nope.
No, just
Nope.
Mount Vernon. I think the rest of the district is.
It all depends on what your evaluations are.
It's 50% of its evaluation, 50% of its student count.
Right. So part of the
We've had a huge spike in our property values because of all the lake frontage based on home sales. So the state thinks the town values have gone up so much. And then you combine that with a creeping down student population. We're just getting hit. So when property values go up, the state formula thinks you have more ability to pay. So they require you to raise more funds. And it's based on a 3-year rolling average. And that was the way it was last year. And it's been since COVID. It's just this ratcheting up. Property values have continued to spike and spike and spike based on sale values, not based on our valuation, but sale value. So the state formula works out and to where they're on the, because the ED 279 report's public. Last year they funded 41%. This year they're funding 37%.
Sorry, so to be clear, and I think residents should understand this. The town taxpayers are paying a lot more because there hasn't been a reevaluation.
That's right.
And those people that have properties on waterfront are likely undervalued. So in other words, those people that have lakefront property, according to the state, not me, not the board, are not paying their share.
I wouldn't go that.
No, there's others too.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. The state uses a completely different formula than we do. So we go on our valuation every decade.
Yeah.
The state goes on a 3-year rolling average of home sale. So, which is the same rough calculation they use to calculate homestead exemption. So long story short, the state thinks because the homes are valued more based on home sales, they think there's more ability to pay. So they factor that in and reduce your funding.
Okay, so it's not quite that clear, but
It's not quite that clear. It is a formula that the state knows doesn't work, and they can't find a different formula that does work because there's not a one size fits all. I mean, personally, it should just be 55% because that's what the state's supposed to pay for education. It's supposed to fund it at 55%.
Right.
That's in law. They have never done it. They've come out with a funding formula every couple of decades that changes the math a little bit, but it never pays out 55%. So it's just this rotating every couple of years, each different district is getting hit differently.
that's just it's really a tough hit because most residents in Mount Vernon think they're paying enough taxes.
It's a big hit.
But they're gonna get hit bad this year if we.
I mean, we're already
So-
paying tax. And what the school board's saying is that we're 22% under our contribution.
Doesn't the school board have a little buffer?
They have a buffer, but
Let's hear from
John?
John.
Yeah. Go ahead, John. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Can you tell us about the slush fund again?
Well, it's undesignated funds.
Right, John Harker, Mount Vernon. So I've listened into the school board's discussions. I have been in contact with Mandy. We've been emailing back and forth the past couple of weeks to try to get clarity on the undesignated balance and what is going on. It was my understanding at the last school board meeting that they were kind of close to coming in with a 5.5% increase in their budget. And this 650 came in out of nowhere. So they're putting off their next budget committee meeting till the end of the month so that they can grapple with it. That would add up probably to a 7.5 or 8% increase in their budget this coming year, not the 5.5. So I think that's where that's at. I might be wrong. It's not 18%.
Not the 18%.
but 18% is the required local contribution. That's a
Right.
spiking. That's
That-
part of the district formula.
Okay.
Correct. And Mount Vernon would get hit. We were hit last year too. I mean, I think last year was $19,990 per student for Mount Vernon. You know, the out of town, out of district kids that come in they're only paying 14,000 or 14,500. So yeah, we're paying in more than the people coming in from out of district are paying for this.
Renee, how Remington was saying.
Yeah.
That's the superintendent's agreement? Is that what that is?
It's the school board makes that decision.
No, the state does.
Well, the state sets a number, but the school boards can change that number if they want, I believe. Well, you double check me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. You can make
The
that
state,
change.
it's a state tuition rate. That is the rate that the district is allowed to charge.
I think they can, I won't disagree or agree. You just check it out, check out what I think you can change that if you want as a district. What I wanted to present tonight here was, and this is what I've been going back and forth with Mandy on. And I just wanted to bring your attention. Last time I was here, I said the 2025 budget hadn't been audited yet. So we really didn't know how much it came in under budget and how much unexpended there was. Well, since then, Mandy has published that. And I said maybe $1 million under budget. If you look at number 12, 2025, we actually came in $1.5 million under budget. So I put this together again to show you that every year the budget's been going up. Let's just say the last 4 years, 2, 1, 6, 8, and 6%. The budget's been going up. But if you look at how much it came in under budget at the end of the year, it's come in under budget 6, 7, 7, 5, 7%. And really what it's saying is more and more money. And if you look at the bottom graph and the chart, it shows you over the past 10 years or so, we've been under budget almost every year. And it's starting to show a very steep increase in under budget. And that is because of the way the whole budget is set up. You know, they come in and they take some money out to give to the locals, right, to reduce their tax thing, but then they come in under budget, way under that number. And so that number just gets thrown, it never gets spent. We never see it. It goes back into the undesignated fund again to raise it up higher. Then they do this thing over and over again, and you're going to build in an increase every year unless you spend out your full budget, which has not happened over the past 10 years. And so some of it's mathematical, some of it's crazy COVID, but it's a big issue. Now, here's the bottom line for us in town. Mandy's figures, her original figures said at the end of this year, when they come out with a new budget, we'll still be able to take 400,000 out for the reserve account for, for maintenance.
Special needs.
Hmm?
And special needs.
I'm sorry.
There's a special needs reserve fund.
And then 75,000 for the special needs. And they'll still take out 700 and some odd thousand to try to reduce the town's share. They'll still be able to take all of that out. They'll still be left with $900,000 sitting in the undesignated account. $900,000. They're only looking for 650,000 from the state. That 900,000 is our money that's been put in there year after year after year after year. That was supposed to go for the budget. So they're going to be able to take all their money for the reserves. This will be 2 years in a row they'll do it. That's fine. That 900,000 should go back in. And that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do when you talk to the board. They've changed their public policy now so that I only have 2 minutes to spend. And I've already spent more than that here just trying to explain it to you. So the community isn't being encouraged to come in and talk about this with them. But they bring you in as our representatives for the town. They bring you into a special meeting and you can engage with them and ask questions and try to get them to see maybe something different and spend a lot of time with them. So all I'm asking is, since Mount Vernon is now getting really dinged, what's going on with that $900,000? Now, here's the kicker. I did the analysis, and that's why Mandy and I are going back and forth. Mandy made a mistake in her calculations. She emailed me back and acknowledged the mistake she made, which was fine. We both generated some more spreadsheets, and I'm not giving you this spreadsheet tonight because this is the one I sent back to her this weekend, and we were both correcting them and so forth. But her 900,000 figure, I don't think is correct. When I do the math on this, because she doesn't put back into the account the money that was set aside for the local district reduction. And when you do that, we should have, even if you take out all the reserves and everything, $2.4 million left.
Instead of that 1.5.
Instead of that 900,000 I just told you about. There's really up to 2.4 million sitting there. Now, I have to wait till she and I finish our emails to see if she's more correct than I am. I think she's going to find that I'm more correct than she is, and it's going to be closer to that figure, which says there's a heck of a lot of money there, and it's worth looking at. That's all I'm asking, is for you as select people to look into it. I will be presenting this. I'll go to the next budget meeting. Are we allowed, is the public allowed to talk in the budget meeting?
Subcommittee, no.
No?
No.
Yeah. So I can't speak in that. I can't speak for more than 2 minutes at the public things. Forget it. But you have that opportunity, and you are elected by us to try to represent us as well. So I appreciate any of your time.
I do it when Kyle's coming back.
I've got a point and then a question. I think, John, the most important point that you have, I know this has been important to you through the years, which is good. I think only 2 minutes at the board meeting is wrong. I think they should change their policy, but people speak for longer than that. I think your principal argument is, why would the percentage grow over time? Now, I understand and I know there needs to be a supplemental budget for a whole bunch of reasons, including on this town. There has to be money in reserve.
Yep.
Right.
But your point, I think the strongest point is, why does it need to grow over time? So why was a 3 or 4 or 5% supplemental amount sufficient 8 years ago, but why do we need 7% now or 8% now? So I would push on that why do we need it bigger and bigger and bigger? What's changed in the budgeting process where we've got to nearly double the percentage of supplemental funds?
Right.
So now, and then a question to you.
Can I just answer that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the state, it started a number of years ago at 3%.
Yeah.
First of all, it started a long time ago. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But then the legislature put in a bill and they moved it to 3%. And then before COVID, they moved it to 5%.
Yeah.
And then they moved it to 9% during COVID. And this is just to placate the principals and the school boards, the politics.
Yeah.
I watched the whole politics. I sat in the hearings and listened. So it's politics. But when you go back and you look at the RSU 38 books, which I did 2 years ago, they talk about the need to be, fiscally responsible. Well, that means you've got to have enough in there to cover your expenses like you do in the town.
Yeah.
Right. When I looked at it, they didn't need anything more than 5%.
Right.
That's all they needed to cover themselves, and even a little bit less than that. So yeah, you're right. It's gotten a little bit out of hand, and it's gotten out of hand to the point where now what? They hit that 9% cap and they go, oh my God, but we have a lot more. What are we going to do with it? Oh, we're going to set up a reserve account, throw that little bit into maintenance, throw a little bit of that's fine, a little bit, but year after year after year.
I got it.
That was the answer to that question. And the other answer is, I did go through the budget like I did 15 years ago, line by line. Okay. Well, 3 years ago, we were $300,000 under budget in the instructional line. 2 years ago, another 300,000 in the instructional line. Last year, $500,000 under budget in the instructional line. There's something fundamentally happening here with our teachers and administration that's troubling. It's you shouldn't have that amount of underage in that line. You shouldn't.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
I just wanted to add that the tuition rates are set by the school administrative unit. They are advised by the Maine Department of Education, but they are often, so it says they are often based on state calculations, but they can be negotiated. And it is per school administrative unit. So
Thank you.
most people adhere to the state rate, it sounds like. I don't know
It's
about
easy.
this, but most people adhere to the state rate, but you can negotiate it and it is possible.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yep. So I provide you that. I'll come back another time to give you an update if I have some with Mandy. She's doing a wonderful job and the new superintendent has been very responsive. So I'm hoping I'll get a little bit of time. I'll probably end up doing it through email.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping more people will hear this and use that money this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if in the end we would be on the same page. I
Okay.
think you should be commended for doing the work.
Yeah.
I mean, you're digging into it. You're doing what good citizens should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. On the budget committee, can you ask to have people, I mean, add that, but you can speak.
Per district policy, there's no public comment at subcommittee hearings. Subcommittee hearings.
On a subcommittee.
The school budget committee is a subcommittee, so there's no public comment per policy.
It's
That's
like
why
when-
they have the regular board meetings.
Yeah, it's like when the select board have a work session, there's no public comment.
Because no
It's for us
decisions
to
are being
work.
made. All of those decisions are recommendations to the full school board. The school board makes their decision.
Yes. Kyle, when are you going to be back?
The 28th.
Okay, I'm going to try to get to see Mandy before then.
I'd love to have her
Okay.
here. She's coming in at, I wouldn't mind.
That'd be great.
I'll try.
I'll try and get Leslie. Because she's our
Before
rep
April?
on the board meeting, yeah.
Okay, all set on that one? School board. Northern Border Regional Commission, they have grants that come up each year. And Kyle, do you want to talk about that? You went to their
Yeah, I
work
went to one of their work sessions, and the bottom line is that for the town of Mount Vernon, whereas some towns, if they're in basically in a more desperate, if you will, financial situation, they can get up to 80% funding from this Northern Border Regional Commission. The town of Mount Vernon is in a moderate designation, and so we can get up to 50% funding from them, and you can get up to $3 million grants from them. But again, the town has to put in half of the money if you wanted to apply for one. The grants can be used for wastewater issues, transportation infrastructure, workforce development, childcare, and healthcare facilities. So I'm bringing this up largely to get people, or hopefully get people thinking about how we might be able to take advantage of these opportunities, but there's nothing that we are doing at the moment other than just letting everybody know that this is a source of funding that is available.
$1 million.
Where the town would have to contribute 50%.
Yeah. So if we could get 50% someplace, some other grant,
Yep.
that would
you
give
can
us
do
like
that.
$2 million.
But I mean, Carl, could it be money that we're already going to spend? I mean, for, say, if it's a capital project that we've already going to, do? I mean, salt shed, for example?
Yeah, well, I think the salt shed may be one of those possibilities for this grant. Yes.
Okay, good.
We'll have to research it a bit more. There's a two-step process. You have to do a pre-application, and then you're invited back to actually submit the grant if you are approved on that pre-application. The next grant round is in at the end of February, I think the 27th, And then the subsequent grant round is the end of August. But yeah, it's real money and you can use other grants alongside of it. That's really all I wanted to bring up about this.
Website notifications.
Yeah,
Oh, that's also.
That's Carl.
Yep, the website notifications are now up and running. There's probably going to be some growing pains with this, but if you go to the homepage on the website, you'll see 3 or 4 different circles, and you'll see one that says on the right side notifications for both email and text. What I would recommend is you click on that button, and you will need to put your email address in because that's how it tracks which notifications you want to receive. But then once you get onto that page, you'll see that you can choose either email or text notifications or both if you prefer that. But there are right now about 10 different notifications that you can sign up for. I would strongly recommend that you sign up for all of them to start and then go back in and take away if you think that you're getting too much in the way of notifications. For example, that you can get notifications whenever there's a new agenda put out, or unfortunately the agenda, the meeting minutes, and the recordings are all on the same page. So if any one of those changes, you'll get a notification, and then you'll have to go find that update. But I would encourage people to try it and see if it adds value to your day and being made aware of what is going on in town. We've put up notifications for the community center, the library, the fire department. And again, I'm not going to list everything off, but go in there, take a look, and I certainly appreciate any feedback you provide.
Nomination papers for elected positions timeline. Did you get the dates on that, Kyle?
Yes, they're posted on the homepage of the website. They're going to be available starting on February 19th at 7 a.m. And they need to be returned by April 20th at 5 p.m. This is right under the office hours on the homepage of the website.
What positions are up this year?
Bob is up, I believe.
I think it's just me.
And road commissioner?
Oh.
And co-board.
Yeah. Yep. Town clerk position, description, and posting.
Think so. We had a working session last week, kind of iron out a job description. I think the consensus was that the one that we shared out was good to go. I think it's this one. Not that one. So I think we wanted to make a motion to approve it and get it posted as soon as possible, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Yeah. The higher date was, we talked about doing it for April 15th. There probably will be a need for a special town meeting to fund the fund monies to bring that person on. But we wanted to bring that person on so that they got to know the system while Heather was still in her role and basically make sure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible.
So this would effectively hire the person, I think we said 60 days before Heather's term expires. So that way there's 60 days of transfer. So if somebody's, needs a certification or isn't familiar with Trio, or a state system, that they can get that training. And when Heather's term expires, they're ready to hit the ground running the next day. In looking at the current budget, there's just not enough there to fund that at the rate that we need to be funded at. So I think we're looking for a special town meeting to the tune of $10,000 to fund the salary for 2 months. But other than that, I would move to approve the job description and post it on all available avenues with a start date estimated between April and May, depending on a candidate. And that the application remain open until the position is filled, with target interviews set for March.
I think it sounds great, except the one little timing bit is the special town meeting has to happen before an offer is made. Or we could say can't start until June 1st. I'm sorry, July 1st.
Well, we want them
Just saying
trained.
If the town, I know, but what if it's voted down at the special town meeting? Can't imagine it's true, but you never know.
Then
Well, we
we'll
would
have
have
it. Well, we will have a town meeting before we send an offer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I'm not pushing for a date. I'm just saying that's the one little piece. We'd have to have the town meeting before an offer is made.
right, and I think we'll. I just what do you want to set the start date at now?
April 15th.
Okay.
And we also have to work on the benefit package. For this, because this is a 40-hour position.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll need to. That we don't need to really get in position until July 1. Because we haven't paid any benefits this year. So in theory, we'd have enough work session to offer benefits.
Wishy-washy, right?
Depending on the cost out of the existing benefits line.
Gotta firm it up.
True.
Oh,
But,
give us.
you know, we are having a hard time with the benefits that
Right.
we had already approved.
So we-
finalize those.
Yep. So I would just say that we'll need another working session.
Yeah. Let's do another one on Monday, next Monday.
That's a holiday, just to give you a heads up.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we tabling,
I'll be out of town.
are we tabling the motion?
I'm sorry,
No,
what
no.
do you need the work session for?
Benefits.
Isn't it automatic? What is it that we have to?
We need to change, right now it only funds health insurance at 50% for a full-time position. But all of the other, we only have 2 currently that are benefits eligible.
And we haven't established it for either?
We haven't established it for either because of the hour minimums that MMA required. So we need to go back to the drawing board on. Retirement is set up. That is straightforward. It's the health, vision, dental, disability insurance that we need to go back to the drawing board. Because
We don't, okay, I agree with that, but we don't need to wait for the RFP.
no, we don't.
I'm sorry, for the job post.
No. The job, but we can post the job. This is a administrative matter on restructuring benefits.
Yeah, okay. Because we can post the job.
Yes, we can post the job.
So the motion is to post the job.
Motion is to
The
post the
motion,
job,
Right.
to approve the job description and post the job.
Second.
Second.
Aye.
Oh, you ready?
Aye.
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 I'll get that over to you, Remy, and start posting.
Are you gonna put it up on the town website?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take care of the other stuff.
AV, you want to
Yep.
talk about?
Just to give everybody a heads up. Been redoing the AV system down here with the budget that we allocated at town meeting, the $2,000. It's pretty much exhausted at this point for this year. You'll see up on the wall, the new conference camera. That's better than the owl. And then over the next week, I'll be replacing the laptop setup that's over there with the full standalone desktop and new mic speakers. So that way there we don't have to set the laptop up and down every time. You just take it out, sign into the desktop, and start the Zoom meeting. And then I'll be working with Scott to make that have a second sign on that's public facing so that when the space is rented, this can be used as a conferencing space as well. I've worked with the community center, and as part of the ongoing upgrade, we're going to be looking at re-upping that line again for another 2,000 to put in new speakers. We've had 3 audio techs come in, and they've all said that these speakers here really aren't designed for what we're doing with them currently, which is meetings, and that they really should. They can stay in place for music events because that's what they're designed for. But we should really look at putting in vocal range speakers. So I'm in the process of getting quotes for that, but that's looking at about 1,000. And then we're looking at, instead of setting up a projector all the time and having this portable TV, replacing this with one big television mounted on the wall back there. That again would just be easy to walk in, set up, and have meetings in here, whether it's the select board or anybody else looking to use the space. And that would go again in that select board technology line. We could go the way of the projector where we have the projector screen, but a short throw projector mounted to the ceiling is running the same cost as an 85-inch TV, roughly. So it's more, a TV is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, but a projector would be is a slightly more cost-effective way to get a wide spread. So still kind of ironing quotes there, but that's where we are with the AV at the community center.
Frost heaves.
Oh, they're bad this year, right? Frost heaves are everywhere, really, really bad. I'm wondering if who would be in charge of posting frost heaves on town roads?
The
Is that
road
Lee's
commissioner?
thing? I wonder in the past has because things have gotten bad, did we push them to post a bit more here and there? I mean, not that, yeah,
You can mention it to him.
all right, I'm gonna give him,
Yeah, he's already started posting.
yeah, I know, I've seen some.
Okay.
I had a
So you
community
think
member get a hold of me, and I had a community member reach out to say that she's worried about frost heaves and the lack of signage. It's going to happen in the spring. We all know that. Maybe I'll give Lee a quick call and see if he can move on a few others. Drive the roads, find the bad ones. Sometimes I don't actually know where the heave is. I see the sign and I wait for it. And he comes down the road a little bit later.
He'll find them tomorrow night when he's plowing.
We're not getting snow anymore, are we?
He'll find them tomorrow night.
I think we are.
Yeah. You know, I will say this, I'm pretty tough on the road thing, but at least on the North Road, I think it's been better this year. I've noticed the early salting.
That and it's a higher salt content.
Yeah, I think what we did and what they're doing is making a difference. I don't know about the side roads, though. I don't drive them as much as the North Road.
Bean Road, I mean, I was on the Bean Road the other day and it's dry.
They're all good.
I just, there's more salt. So it melts and dries the roads out faster. You know?
Okay, I reserved the school for the town meeting. Would you like me to reserve Richard Spicer for the moderator?
Same guy.
Not particularly.
No?
Same guy as last time?
Yeah, I don't. If we can find somebody different, I think that'd be better because I don't think he does that great a job, personally.
Well, I will give you the job then.
Wow. Do we have a normal budget for that, or is it like a state rate?
I think we pay him 500. I'm not sure though. Yep.
I don't know what he get paid, but I was speaking with someone in Rome who said that they really liked their moderator from last year. So I don't know who that was, but
Can you find out?
They what? They
Who
like
did the Rome?
I can reach out and ask who they used. Yeah.
the lady that did the school last year was pretty good.
I mean, that's from Drummond and Woodson.
And that's where he's from, I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Well, we can ask. I don't. I mean, to be fair, our warrant was a mess, but I didn't think he did a great job.
It was a mess. If you want to find somebody, you better get on the ball.
I mean, I know somebody. I don't know if they still do it anymore.
If you don't, let me know because you gotta do it fairly quickly.
Yep. Maybe we'll ask Senator Saviello if he'll do it.
Try it. If you don't, let me know.
Okay.
Any questions out?
I have a question about tomorrow night budget work session.
Yep.
Is it gonna be at the town office or are we coming down here, Tyler? Cause you thought we were too cramped last.
Well,
on the
we didn't have any public comment, and if people attend via Zoom and comment through Zoom, I don't think there'll be an issue, but I can call and see if the space is available. I think it's just ADA, so it wouldn't be difficult to meet down here again.
I'm getting off of the ADA. I've got too much, I guess.
That's fine. I mean, I guess I'll put it full board. Would we rather meet down here? Or would we rather have it at the town office?
It makes
budget.
no difference to me.
here.
Okay, I'll just do it here, and I'll just plan on.
You just go from one to the next one.
Just know that I'm going to come into the ADA committee early and
Oh,
set up
we'll
all
be
the
out.
AV.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to set up AV.
Well, we need an efficient meeting.
So, okay.
Question.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to put in another plug for town reports for anybody who watches.
Can you send me a list of who you need?
I don't think I know who needs to. I don't have a list of people.
Have you received any town reports?
Yeah, I've received a few, but I don't know who needs to, like, who absolutely needs to be sending one versus who just sends one in. Like, is it just? Yep.
Can you provide a list of who has sent one in by now?
I can look right now. Yep.
Yeah, if you give me a list of who sent them in, then I will go after whoever. I don't think we should be chasing people too long either.
I mean, if it's an in-town department, they should be chased until we have a report, but out of town.
No, it's just,
I have fire department, dams committee. Which one is this one?
community center?
The library. I have not seen one from the community center. I have the historical society as well.
Historical?
The historical society.
No.
But I do not have one from the community center.
No community center?
Town office.
Uh, is that something that I would write, the town office report?
Well, there'd be treasurer, code enforcement, and tax collector,
I don't have anything from any of them.
road commissioner. No.
No,
Is this for the town report?
Yeah.
this is for the annual town report.
And the animal control officer and
I don't have anything from any of those people.
cemetery?
Nope.
Like, you didn't get mine? You'll get it tomorrow. Okay, so you have the fire.
Probably health officer, I would think.
Health officer, that's right.
Health?
Emergency manager.
Yeah, I don't have anything from Mike.
The school, I think, comes out later.
So, yep.
Let's do it.
I have the sheet from Susan Collins' office as well that was put on my desk.
I didn't hear you.
There was a sheet from Susan Collins that was put on my desk, like
Okay.
Susan Collins' office. I have that as well. But yeah, not a lot of town report material. And
I'll try again.
okay. I just wasn't sure as to who needs to be sending one in, who is, optional. It sounds like the Historical Society is optional, but I got one from them. So
I'll put you CC on who I send them to.
I mean, I think mandatory town clerk, tax collector, treasurer, code enforcement, road commissioner, community center at a minimum, and then
I have fire department, I have library.
library,
You got
transfer station.
We don't have to get anything there.
You should. I'll report on what they did for the year, Bob.
Who is that?
Transfer station.
Yeah, they're in there. They're in the town or whatever year. Pretty sure.
They should be.
Look, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we asked the library for one, so
I'm not gonna chase them all away,
but
right?
Well, we have a lot of the data for the transfer station already, so if we need to put it together, then we can do that.
or just assist Megan in editorializing it. But how
Yeah.
much waste did we go through? What challenges are there? It's a one pager on just what the transfer station did and what their challenges are for the upcoming year. I don't.
What's on the budget tomorrow?
Fire and rescue.
What, fire?
Fire and rescue.
That's it?
Well, ambulance and all that stuff, lifeline.
We don't have ambulance yet. Do you have,
We have lifeline.
we have,
You sent
yes.
lifeline yesterday. I think that one's flat.
We don't have Androscoggin yet.
You want to factor those at 3, and then if
We don't have the state police yet.
do you want to factor those at a percentage and then claw it back and adjust from there?
No, I will call them.
Okay. You want to I mean, Winthrop, you should be able to get everything out of Winthrop, or at least a preliminary number out of them, pending a final.
Okay. I will call tomorrow.
So you can post the new one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll have the phone on all day long.
Anything else?
Anybody else want to comment?
Public comment?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye.